All right, YouTube, once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast Talking Auburn Football. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. As always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger or Eagle. An action-packed week. Not any football going on, but a lot of accolades being thrown around. All SEC Coach of the Year. SEC racking up on a lot of awards this year, including Derek Brown as the Defensive Player of the Year for the SEC according to the AP poll. Big shout out to the Auburn Tigers. We're going to elaborate more on this as to why it's important for the Auburn brand in another video. I just wanted y'all to put that out there, that with Auburn garnishing these awards, it does a lot for the brand, because teams who are looking to play at Auburn are going to really start to say, well, you know what, man, I can go to Auburn and I can actually get accolades. I can get a shot. But we're going to talk about that more in another video. We got some other things that we need to cover today that we got kind of behind on. Of course, we all know that the signing period, the early signing period, well, the early signing day is coming up. I think it's Tuesday, actually. So y'all want to be, no, it's actually Monday. Want to be in tune for that. And the reason why that's important, because when players sign early, you start to get a depiction of what the recruiting class is going to look like. And the more guys you can get signed, and especially those guys who can be early enrollees and actually compete in spring practice, that's when you really, really start to see how solid your recruiting class is. Speaking of which, Auburn over the last, a couple of years in spots have had situations where they've had these players that epically flipped on them. Now, this is what I mean by a flip. You have a player that's been committed, that's been kind of sticking true to his commit, unwavering, I'm shutting down my recruitment, all this other stuff. But all of a sudden, what they like to do is they like to set the table up, they like to put the hats on the table, and they have these little watch parties, so to speak, to where they can choose where they want to go to school. After committing to Auburn or whoever for so long, usually they do this stuff when they're going to flip to somewhere else. So, Javion Cohen, kind of sort of a low-end 4-star recruit. I think he's a good football player, though. Was 50-50 for the last few weeks. I kind of saw this coming, especially with Auburn continuing to recruit offensive linemen. Because, truth be told, Auburn has to make sure this offensive line is solid, or else Auburn is going to have some real problems next year. So, either way, Javion Cohen, a pretty decent recruit out of Phoenix City, Alabama. I did a video on this a couple of days ago, and I was like, you know what, this kid has flip written all over him. But in an epic move, before Javion Cohen could come out with the dramatic flip, with the dramatic, the dramatics, the theatrics and all this other stuff, make the big headlines, Auburn epically pulled his scholarship back before he could do it. Now, the news media will still try to push the narrative that Javion Cohen flipped. Now, in essence, he did. But Auburn took away the flair of the dramatics of this and actually saved themselves from a public perception standpoint, the embarrassment of another player. Hey, if you don't want to come here, we'll just take you off the docket. You go where you want to go. And since it's trending, you want to go to Alabama, you go there. And that's exactly what happened. And unlike what the media is trying to depict, Javion Cohen was dropped from the commitment list from Auburn. Because if you happen to glance at it, you'll see where Auburn's recruiting class dropped from, say, number 8 to number 9. And now it's actually gone up because a few players have gained a little bit more, points as far as percentage, as far as that goes. So big shout out to the Auburn Tigers. Hey, if you don't want to come here, that's cool. We'll just take you off the list. You're not going to sit at a table and do this dramatic flip or have this dramatic watch party. Now you can only put one hat on the table. Big shout out to the Auburn Tigers. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe. I'm still getting my voice back, but I cannot not give you all this content. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger or Eagle.